Before you throw your old cutting board out, try this first. This cutting board is so old, but I knew its life wasn't over. I drew my shape on it in a Sharpie so I could easily see it when cutting, and then I used a jigsaw to cut the shape out. I sanded it with 60 grit sandpaper to get the top layer of the cutting board completely off, and then I switched sandpaper to 150 and sanded it. Then I finished it off and sanded it again with 220 grit sandpaper for a nice smooth finish. I wiped it clean and applied a food-safe cutting board oil. I've used this brand Walrus Oil a lot and it works really well. I used a clean rag to apply a generous amount of the oil. I sealed it with food grade wax, the same brand Walrus Oil. I let it sit for a few hours and then I added some fruit, veggies, and snacks to make the cutest jack-o'-lantern charcuterie board. Can you believe I did all this from a junky old cutting board that was ready for the garbage?
Faux pumpkins are inexpensive and a great way to decorate for fall. The first step is to remove all the stems from your pumpkins. They usually twist out very easily. For the first project, take some leather lacing or some twine and hot glue the end to the bottom of your first pumpkin. Following the natural indentations on the pumpkin, start to wrap the pumpkin with the leather lacing, bringing it up and over to the next indentation. The lacing will stay in place for the most part, but you may need to apply an occasional dot of hot glue to keep the leather pieces in place. Once you have filled each indentation with the lacing or twine, glue the end to the bottom of the pumpkin. Now take your tray and flip it upside down. Take some command strips and cut them in half. Apply however many strips you need to the bottom of the tray, 1 command strip per pumpkin. Once the strips are applied, press a pumpkin firmly on top of each command strip. Fill your new pumpkin tray with fall leaves, pine cones, or even tiny pumpkins for a lovely fall decor display. Let's do another. Take 3 small pumpkins and spray paint them a fun color. While they dry, take a wooden round disc as well as several paper napkins in a design and color palette that goes with the painted pumpkins. Decoupage the wood round by first separating the napkin so you're left with just the top layer. Brush decoupage glue on top of the round disc and place the paper napkin on top, smoothing out the napkin as you go. Continue to cover the disc and decoupage napkin pieces to both sides. Fold and pleat the napkin when wrapping the sides of the disc. Since the wood piece is round and the napkin is square, you will need to determine placement of the napkin pattern that you like and add smaller pieces as needed. Once dry, apply a second coat of decoupage glue to the entire wood disc, covering the paper napkin. Now take the small painted pumpkins, they're dry, apply hot glue to the top raised area of each pumpkin, and press them onto the bottom of the wood disc. Flip the project over and you have a new pumpkin tray to decorate for fall. The trays are great for any room of the house, anywhere you want to add some fall flavor. I hope this inspired you to create unique pumpkin trays using small dollar store pumpkins and wood decor pieces.
I grabbed a pallet to get my porch ready for Halloween. I used my battery chainsaw to easily cut the edges of the pallet boards. I used a hammer to bang the boards off and then removed the nails. I lined the boards up and used one vertically to create an even space between each board. I drew a pumpkin shape over 4 of the boards and then carefully marked the back of each board so I knew which way was up and which order they went in. I also marked 2 boards to put on the back lengthwise. I sanded the front and edges of each board with 150 grit sandpaper, just enough to reduce slivers. I diluted orange spice-colored acrylic paint with water and painted the sanded surfaces on each board, then immediately wiped the extra paint off with a clean cotton rag. I also painted the back 2 boards. Then I flipped them over with the back side up and spaced them on a flat surface in order, using that 1 extra board as a spacer again. I placed the 2 back pieces on vertically, making sure that all the wood boards were touching it. I used 3/4 inch nails in my 18 gauge brad nailer and secured the boards together, nailing from the back side. I drew out a stem, cut it with my jigsaw, sanded and painted it with watered down woodland brown colored acrylic paint. I wiped the extra off with a rag the same way I did the orange. I used a pencil to draw a face and painted it with black acrylic paint. And now I have 2 super cute jack-o'-lanterns that will never blow out.
This fall season has me heading over to my scrap wood pile. First things first, I'm going to start with this 4x4 piece of scrap. I'm going to cut it into 3 different lengths, not all equal. I'm also going to sand them down, make sure I get a nice smooth edge and round out the corners. Once I get all the corners rounded out, then I'm going to take what's called a Forstner bit. It's 1 inch, and I'm going to drill it into the top about 1/2 inch to 1 inch deep. Once I get that cut, I'm going to head over to my scrap wood and grab some dowels that I have left over, and I'm going to cut 3 of those. Again, they don't have to be equal lengths. Then I'm going to hit some spray paint on there with some orange color. I don't want to put more than 1 coat because I want the grain of the wood to come through. Once that dries up, I'm going to hit the scrap wood on the dowels, and I'm going to paint those a green color. Again, very little. Once I do that, I'm going to put some wood glue inside where I drilled for the dowels. I'm going to put each one of those in. Not too much glue because we don't want it to come out. Once all the paint's dry, I'm going to just go ahead and hit the edges with some black paint, make them stand out, and then put them up for display, and they look really awesome. Now my next project, I'm going to go with just some 2x4s, also some 2x3s, and some 2x6s. Again, these are going to be cut though in equal lengths. I'm going to need 3 of each kind. I'm going to take that wood glue that I used and put those on just 2 of the pieces. Once I got that, and I'm going to smear it around because I want it to cover as much area as possible, I'm going to bring those 3 pieces together, and I'm going to need to use a clamp. So I'm going to use them on the 2x4s, 2x3s, and the 2x6s. Once they dry for about a good 1.5 hours, then I can take the clamps off. I'm also going to take it over to the chop saw, and I'm going to corner some of the edges on there, make them look really nice. Once I get that done, again, back to the sander, I want to round off those edges. I don't want any sharp edges. Then it's time to paint. On the paint, again, just 1 coat. I want that wood grain to come through. I'm going to do a little bit of a turquoise and a white. And then I'm going to take this little 1x2. I'm going to cut some equal lengths, and then I'm going to hit them with a torch because I love that look of the burnt wood. Once I get all that done, it's time to put some wood glue down on top of these 3 different pieces, and then I'll put the stems on. Any excess glue, we'll want to take that off, and then rough up the edges with some sandpaper. It's going to give it a nice rustic look. And then these homemade bows, I'm going to use some hot glue, put those together on each different one of those, and look at it. It absolutely turned out amazing. I love this. Now, our third and final project. I'm going to start with the wood spool that I have with these concave type boards. These again are going to be equal lengths, but I'm going to keep the middle the same. And on the side, I'm going to take these 2 and draw some concaves on them. Then I'm going to head over to my bandsaw, and I'm going to cut those curves out. It's the best way to do it. You can do it with the jigsaw if you like. Once I get both sides cut out, then I'm going to lay it out, and I need to put some little circles there, little dots, because I'm going to drill these out on each one of these pieces. Once I do that, drill just a small drill bit on each one of those, and then I need to paint it. I'm not going to put the paint up close because, again, I'm going for the rustic look. I'm just going to spray it up there. And on one of these, I'm not going to paint it at all. I'm just going to torch the edges. I love that look. Now, back to the orange one. I am going to torch the edges on that one. And then I'm going to take some of this faux leather, put it through like you're tying a shoelace, turn it around on the backside, double knots, cut off the excess. And then I'm going to head over to my scroll saw, and I'm going to cut out a little stem on a little 1/4 inch piece of wood, glue that down. I'm going to do it to all 3 of those, and look at this. Absolutely amazing. I love how this turned out. It's a bigger project. I love how all 3 of these projects turned out. They're really great, inexpensive because I went to my scrap wood pile. I want to know which one is your favorite. Let me know in the comments.